if we had those sort of safe routes or other ways of processing them without them having to make these illegal crossings, then that would cut down the number of illegal crossings. Would it, though? Because, as you say there, somebody from Albania would obviously not qualify, you know, as an asylum seeker. They wouldn't be able to say, look, I'm fleeing war. But wouldn't they still then just use these illegal routes to enter the country?
No, because you could have offshore processing centres. Look, we could do what the Australians do, which is tow them back into international waters. Bit difficult in the Channel. But, you know, the British government, the last minute, would tow them back to France. But then you get a seesaw effect. No, the reality is, if we had humanitarian visas for claiming asylum, we're probably going to get about 100,000 applications a year anyway. So the number of genuine asylum seekers will increase, but the number of illegal asylum seekers would decrease. So the fact is that we take a smaller proportion of asylum applications than nearly all of our European partners. And so for Germany, we're accepting over 100,000. France is accepting over 100,000. We accept about 20. So if we did, and the government doesn't want to have safe routes for asylum, because they know full well they'd be taking about the same number, about 100,000 genuine refugees a year. So that's a political problem for the government.
So it seems to me that, I mean, whatever approach the government takes, it's not going to actually really bring down the net number of those people coming over to the UK, whether it's through an unsafe and illegal route or whether it's through a formal route. Have we got a good system in place to deal with people when they get here?
We don't. I mean, I don't know whether you read David Neal's report in July, who is the chief inspector, border inspector. And his report was just damning, because we simply don't have proper processes for dealing with asylum seekers. I mean, if I told you that there's 500,000 illegal entrants in the UK already, the 20,000 pales into insignificance. I mean, the Home Office is doing nothing about them. They're here illegally, 500,000 people. The asylum processing system is slow. It's aimed at refusals. It's not a fair system. And the Home Office is muddling through a disjointed, inefficient asylum processing system. It doesn't work. Look, I'm going for an asylum screening interview tomorrow with a young man who's claiming asylum because of I can't give you more information, but that's going to take about 1.5 years before we get a decision. I mean, 18 months. The asylum screening interview will happen tomorrow, and then it'll be about 1 year before we have a full interview, and maybe 6 months later we might get a decision. So the system is crashing, and I've said that I'm being told I'll get in trouble for this, but she needs to go. Priti Patel needs to go. We need to get somebody heading the Home Office who's going to clear up this mess, and she's not the right person for it.